What's going on? So NBA announcers Dick Stockton versus Jeff Van Gundy. Who do I have? Ooh, this is a good one. Um, Dick Stockton. I always loved his tone. It's the way he would phrase things. Um, I like how he got kind of like he almost was excited, but then he was kind of like in business state. It's always very indistinctive hit how his voice kind of pitch and cadence. I like how he kind of like improvised. Um, you'd hear him, and he would say Dick Stockton, and he was just matter of fact. But yet, I liked his NBA telecasts were always like how he would put the concept of who was handling the ball, and he just has a distinctive voice that just really hits you in a certain way where it's very the tone of it is just has a way of just taking you into what's going on. And I just like the way he did that. I like his nuances, his tone, you know. And it was matter of fact, but it was really cool. It worked very well, and I think that that's something that he really stayed right in direction of the game, and his play-by-play commentary definitely, hit a certain way. So I think that he very organic, and I like the tone of it because I always look forward to hearing him broadcast games. So he definitely is one of my favorites. I think Stockton uh, was just kind of like the NBA version of John Stockton, like a guy that could do it. He was just like fundamentally in tune to it. So it's like, yeah, I like the way he articulates, says the names, gives you play by play on point. Then we get to Jeff Van Gundy as a coach and as a commentator. And he has that very New York, almost like a Woody Allen style of humor. Um, Very New York, and the way he altered, where he oversees games, the way he watches, the way he interprets. I liked it when him and Mark Jackson and Mike Breen were together. I like that triple kind, and he would always say things about the refs and put certain things out there, and and you just kind of he was a feisty cat, but you could respect it. Kind of like I'd say he was kind of like the Jim Harbaugh of NBA, feisty cat that you know you're gonna get a fight with, and he was always gonna balance the attack. His commentary was very spot on, very knowledgeable, had interesting anecdotes and stories and themes. And it's funny when a head coach is a commentator, how they see. Obviously, they audition all the time, how they see the game, but he also gives you little storylines, you know, and how his interpretation was and where it would go. So it's always like a fine line when he's doing it. But I think they both very good at what they did. I enjoyed both of them at a high level. I enjoyed, the nuances and so on. Who would I take of the two if I had to pick? Because you always got to say whose commentary did you like more, who moved you more. Got to say Dick Stockton, but it's close though. But I like Stockton because I just thought that his precision, his voice, and his tone just hit me a little bit more. But Jeff Van Gundy, very knowledgeable guy, very detailed, uh, very has a nice seasoning to him. But Dick Stockton, I always liked the way he just pinpoint when he was calling games and in proper context. So again, join both though. Join them both though. So, but I gotta give Dick Stockton just as late age. But this is a good battle: Dick Stockton versus Jeff Van Gundy, better NBA announcer. Please hit like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear. Watch out for another. Share it if you like it. The membership. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm out. Peace.